my friends. Welcome to the Stamps of Life. And I have a fun, quick tip to share with you. And not only is it a quick tip, but it's a cheap, quick tip, so it's even better. And it's actually, oh gosh, it's not only a cheap, quick tip, it is also a lazy, quick tip. So it's like double, triple duty, and it's cheap, and it's lazy time, and it's awesome. It is these. Now, do you remember when Sizzix had these cute little Sidekick machines? You might even still have one, and you might even have these at home. If you do, you're even going to be more excited. But the best part is that there's 2 cutting pads in here. Here's one. There's 2 in here, and they are cheap, 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 cheap. And club members, it's even cheaper for you, which is even better. Now, why do you want this? Why do you need this? There's 2 reasons. Number 1, in your kit club, if you're in my kit club, you've been getting these cute little bags every once in a while. Some of these I hope you've already seen, and I hope I'm not giving you a sneak peek because I told them just to grab me a whole bunch. But we always like to include other fun things. So we always include just different things, and here's a yellow one. Oh, I have that yellow one. So you have these fun bags. And I thought, wouldn't it be cute to be able to cut out a little shape on this bag, but I wouldn't want to put a die down and have it cut the whole thing, because then it would have a hole on both sides, and I don't want a hole on both sides. I want to be able to cut this cute flower out and not have it be on both sides. Well, how do you do that? Dun 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 dun, dun 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 dun. We're going to put this through, and when we put it through, you'll notice, you see you have these extra flaps on the side, because when you open it up, you can see those little flaps. You want to be above those flaps, so it's just one piece of bag up above it. And we're gonna lay this down on our cutting pad, and we can do it this way. This is the easiest way to do it. Then we're gonna drop our flower. Make sure you're on that pad, okay? So feel for it. Make sure you're on that pad. Kind of go down a little lower than you'd expect, because you're gonna fold the top probably. And then you're gonna take your other cutting pad, and well, I'll show you the next trick later in just a second. Then you're just gonna run that through. So we still have 2 cutting pads. Are you ready? But we're not gonna cut the back. So the back of the bag is totally fine, totally safe. We're gonna peel this off, and we're gonna peel this out. Dun, 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 dun. Now we have it die cut only on the front. Now, no offense, but I think that's kind of genius. Don't you think? I think it's pretty genius. Now, if I wanted to do a larger shape, like let's say I wanted to do the sun, or I wanted to do a bigger flower, I could also add a square of acetate on the back, or even another piece of paper. I could glue look at that, glue a piece of paper onto the inside of my bag and continue decorating. But isn't that fun? I could have little windows now using these cheap little awesome little cutting pads. So now I can do it on all different sizes. As long as I can fit it through into that bag, I can die cut it. Just make sure those flaps are underneath the pad when you die cut, so you don't die cut a flap on accident. So that's one reason why you need these cheap little lazy cutting pads. But why do I keep calling them lazy? Well, if you've seen me die cut very often, you know that I love to use my extended magnetic platform, and on the bottom, I usually use the long cutting pad. Then you've seen me, depending on, let's get that off there. Depending on what I'm die cutting, sometimes I'll grab a big one, sometimes I'll grab a little one. But now, what if I just wanted to die cut, let's say, this word? If let's test it. Let's really test it. So if I wanted to die cut that word, I'm going to lay this down, and let's see how many rotations of the handle we have to do. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to get that out of the machine. And whoo, yay, whoo, 10 rotations later, I have my cute little die cut. But I have become extremely lazy. I use my Big Shot every single day of my life, literally, and I love it. Nothing's wrong with the machine. It's fabulous. It's the best thing in the world, best invention in the world, besides the magnetic platforms, of course. But 10 rotations? Who has time for 10 rotations when you really don't need 10 rotations? So let's do the same die, and let's use our little tiny cutting pad. Now we could even go crazy and do less rotations. I betcha we could almost fit it like that, but we can't. Okay, so let's do it this way, and let's count the rotations. So I'm just using same sandwich. Instead of using this big cutting pad, I'm using this little tiny one. I'm laying that down, and we're gonna count our rotations. Ready? whoops, let's start again. I want to do it legally here. Okay, starting at the bottom. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, maybe 6. Okay, 6. 40% less. I didn't even test that before, and that was math, and I did it by myself. I'm so proud. 40% less rotations using the small cutting pad. So you're going to save 40% of your time by using this little tiny cheap cutting pad. Isn't that fantastic? Now sometimes I'll have, sometimes I just need to do a little tiny sun. What if I just had to do a little tiny sun? And I don't want to put this big old cutting pad, all those rotations. No, I could even do this and make it even faster. Ready? Let's count these because I'm going to do it long ways. And I'm going to lay that down. 1, 2, 3, 3. Done. 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 That is how fast I can do that. 3 rotations, so I just cut it by 70%. So what are you going to do with all the time I just gave you? You're going to craft more. You're going to have more fun. And these things are cheap. They are fantastic. They last forever. Technically, you only need 1. So buy, because it comes in a 2-pack, buy 1 pack, give 1 to a friend, and say, look at how much time I just gave you. Isn't that fantastic? Thanks so much for joining me for this quick, lazy, and cheap tip. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.